your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace.
Welcome back on my YouTube channel, guys. I wasn't able to post the video last week because I was occupied, so this is another week again. So guys, I want to break down the trade I took for this week. Do you understand? So if you're new to my channel, what I do in my channel is I document my journey in becoming a profitable trader, and also in passing a $5,000 account that I acquired from a Propfirm known as Gold Funded. So the first trade I took this week that I opened and closed this week was on the pair called NZD card, a sell setup. So the trade you can see on the screen. Let's go on my chart so that I can break down the reason why I took this trade. So guys, welcome on the chart. So this is my journal. Like you guys already know that I've been using was TradePad for my journaling. So these are the trades I took this week. The first trade, like I told you, let me break down the NZD card trade that I took. So if I'm to click on it now, tell you the reason why I took this trade. So guys, now look at the notes I wrote here. You already know that I trade my strategy is gotten from DAX trading, just now that DAX trading strategy that I refined into my own. So now it was a NZD card buy setup that I saw on 4-hour time frame. Now the reason why I took this trade, guys, I was not supposed to take this trade simply because this trade is not in line with my trade plan. It has some little little factors, but it is not complete. Remember I said that before I take a trade, there must be a story behind. Now, a story behind entails a lot of factors. So now these factors were not complete. Now look at what I wrote here. Just a note. Let me read it out. Setup, type 1 setup. You already know that I trade type 1 and type 2 setup, which I've explained in my previous video. So this is the type 1 and validation. The structural liquidity is at the 50% level. This was one of the factors that was correct. But now, origin of price. Now look at what I said. I said price was coming from a discount OB inside a type 1 setup on a daily time frame. Now if I'm to click on the image, and this is what I mean. Now look at this image here. This, based on my strategy on a daily time frame, I have a buy setup of type 1 setup. So I'm expecting that NZJBP should be buy. Now why am I selling? I don't know why. But now you can see where this setup is. I wrote type 1 setup found around the daily discount swing, which makes this trade a low winning probability. I didn't look at all these things when I took this trade. I don't know, maybe I was too quick to enter to analyze it. So now look and see. This is the swing. This is my swing low, this is my swing high of the daily swing. Now look at where my type 1 setup that I traded, look at where it is. Around the discount zone, which is completely out of it. I should be selling around premium and buying around discount, but in this case I was selling around discount, which is a total trading blunder. Look at it. So it moved. The next slide, sorry, the next slide is the setup. Now this is on the 1 hour time from where I saw that my type 1 setup. Look at where it is. It's clean. Look at the type 1 setup, clean, which I saw. But now this type 1 setup is around the discount zone, which makes it a very, very low probability setup, which I was supposed to avoid. But no, I didn't. I took this trade. You can see price played into profit and eventually stopped me out. I learned my lesson. So with this you can see that next time I'm not going to try this. I'm not going to try this mistake. That is the beauty of journaling. I went ahead, said, like I said, with this factor, it makes this trade have a low probability trade and must be avoided. So that trade hit my SL that stopped me out with -1%. that same day being Wednesday, 6th of what May, I got another opportunity on what Euro AUD buy setup that was sent on my free Telegram channel. So if you're yet to join my free Telegram channel, please use the link in the description, because I post all trades there before I take them and the reason why I'm taking them. So guys, let's go on the chart. Let me break the reason why I took this Euro AUD buy setup. So the next trade was on the Euro AUD. Now, welcome on the chart, guys. So now, if I'm to click my journal here, yes, then the trade. Now look at the reason it was a buy setup. Look at the reason why I took this Euro AUD what trade. Now, first of all, what do? I look for what my setup is. It type 1 or type 2, but in this case it is what a type 2 setup. So please let me zoom this image so you can see that. Look at my weekly time frame. I first of all go on my higher time frame, or I go from my lower time frame. There's a two factors. I do down to top analysis, sometimes top to down analysis based on what DAX trading. So but in this case I just want to show you guys something. Let me go from down to top. So when I mean by down to top, we'll go on the lower time frame first to look for what our type 1 and our type 2. Do you understand? So now in this case I found my type 1, my type 2 setup on 1 hour 2 hour time frame, which you can see here. So if I'm to validate this setup, I had to go on higher time frame to see where price is coming from. So you can see, which is this is the weekly time frame. Now look at my swing low, which is the range low and the range high, and the weekly time frame is telling me that the trend is actually bullish. So I had to mark out the swing low and the swing high. So after marking out, you can see this this area, this place. You can see that that setup I saw on a 2 hour time frame is below the discount zone, which makes this a valid setup. So upon seeing that, do you understand? Let me go to the next slide there so you can see it in a zoom version. So look at it. Look at and on the weekly time frame I have a type 2 setup around the discount zone of the weekly swing. So that has given me a pure confidence, but nobody knows the outcome of any trade. So now I saw that opportunity. I went to my 2 hour time frame, which I saw type 2 setup, and I executed my trade, and trade took me in and stopped me out. But currently I'm actually on this trade again, but that will be the next video to tell you how the outcome played. But currently, but for this trade I took SL of minus 1%. So those are the two trades I took this week, and I'm currently down on my account of minus 4.8%, and this is my current account balance that you can see on your screen. But currently I have an open trade on on GBP AUD, on Euro GBP, and on Euro AUD. So let's see how next week is going to be, if this trade is going to hit TP or SL. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Please do well to like this video, subscribe, share, and follow me on Instagram with the name on showing on your screen. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love.